Welcome back. Today we are making these adorable mini monster cakes. The inspiration behind them are these stickers that I just happened to stumble upon at Target. Sometimes you guys ask where I get my ideas from, and sometimes it's something as simple as that. I'm using my go-to vanilla cupcake recipe, which is moist, delicious, and super easy to make all of these mini cakes. So I'm removing the wrappers, and I'm going to build each little monster on a 6-inch grease-proof cake board. You could use a 4-inch grease-proof cake board if you had one on hand, but I didn't, so I improvised. So I'm stacking 2 cupcakes on top of each other, and I'm using a small offset spatula to very carefully add frosting between the 2 cupcakes and then around it. I inserted a wooden skewer into the cupcake stack to help keep them upright. I then chilled this for about 5 minutes in the freezer until the frosting was nice and firm to the touch, and then I'm using a fur frosting tip to add some orange fur all around this monster. I started frosting the base, and then I decided I wanted to add the eyes on before I got up to that part of the cake just so I could pipe around them. I ordered my eyeball sprinkles online, and I'll include the link below. I then added on the monster's mouth and his little horns, which are made out of fondant, but he didn't seem quite finished, so I added on some legs and some arms, and then put some little orange candies on the end of each of his appendages to, give him hands and feet. And then I finally felt like this little orange guy was complete. So next I wanted to do something a little bit different and play around with some different textures. So I stacked my 2 cupcakes. This time I flipped the top one upside down. I wanted to see if that made it easier to frost. The answer is it's just challenging either way, so you can do whichever way you want. Once I had frosted those cupcakes and chilled them in the freezer, I used a petal tip, so this is a Wilton 104, which is a little bit bigger, to pipe some fun ruffles all the way around this cake with some pink buttercream. I then added some sprinkles all around the cake and a silly fondant mouth. I wanted this to be a bit more over the top, so I thought it needed a few more eyeballs. For my next monster, I decided to go with blue, and for all of these monsters, you can use whatever frosting you have on hand or whatever food coloring you have. That's the beauty of this. You can really get creative with the colors, the frosting tips, and customize it to whatever you have or whatever you're making these for. So for our next monster, I wanted to do a blue and an orange monster, which I actually have made a cake out of before. He was super cute. So this is kind of an homage to that. I'm using that big frosting tip again to add fur all around the cake. And then I almost added stalks on top of this for some eyeballs, but then decided against that and ended up just making it almost into like a sideways mohawk. So this little guy I went back and forth on a lot with. You're going to see I ended up swapping out his eye because I wanted him to have a little bit more orange on the front, so I made him have a spot of orange where his eye goes, and then I still was looking at him and wasn't really happy, so I decided to change his little mouth. I thought that kind of matched his hair sticking straight up on the top, kind of that scared expression. For the next cupcake stack, I wanted to make it even taller than the other ones. So I started by frosting my 2 cupcakes with some green frosting, and then once that was smooth, I added on my 3rd cupcake. So it really is important that you're using some type of either wooden skewer or a chopstick or even a straw, whatever you have on hand, to keep these stable and upright, because number 1, it will make frosting so much easier, and number 2, it will help the cupcake firm up and freeze into a perfect upright position. So once this guy was chilled, I added on a bit more frosting and a ton of eyeballs, and then I actually used the mouth that I was going to use on the last monster on this one, but I felt like it really fit this guy more. As I was making this, I couldn't help but think he looks a lot like a hairy pickle, but that's okay. He's a green, we could almost say a sea monster. For my next monster, I wanted to play around with a bit of a different texture, so once I had stacked and frosted my cupcakes with some purple buttercream and then chilled this little stack in the freezer, I used a French star tip. So I added on the monster's singular giant purple eyeball and then made some fun frosting dollops all the way around the cake. The trick to doing this is making sure that you're squeezing and applying the same amount of pressure with each bit of frosting that you add, and that will give you a consistent look all the way around your monster. Since this guy only had 1 eye, I figured he needed a pretty big mouth to offset that, and I also didn't feel like he was complete without some horns. So purple is my favorite color. I think that might be one of my favorite monsters, but for my final monster, I used my last single remaining cupcake and some leftover black buttercream from a black velvet skull cake that I actually made the prior week to make this little guy. He kind of reminded me of a shaggy dog, and I wanted his tongue to have a really silly look, like it was sticking out like he was a dog. So that's our final monster. Now it's time to cut into each little guy and see the insides. So I'm going to share all the details on each of these monsters on Chelsweets.com. So if you're curious about frosting tips or the type of food coloring I use or how I make some of their mouths, you can head over to Chelsweets.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These little monster cakes are not only perfect for Halloween, they'd also be adorable for a kid's party or a baby smash cake or all types of things. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.